Hey, what's up everyone? I'm Sammer, along with my co-hosts Stank and Poppy Latte, and you're watching The Loose Cannons, presented by Redcap Plumbing and Air, a Tampa-based company who takes pride in their reputation for timely service, professional results, and exceeding your expectations. They truly define #TampaProud. It's Fan Friday, and that means Paige DeMacos of theDraftNetwork.com is here to preview the upcoming Bucs matchup, and it wouldn't be Fan Friday without your voicemails. From here on out, Fan Friday episodes and our live shows, we will choose our 3 favorite callers, and they will win a #TampaProud t-shirt and a bottle of some pretty badass hot sauce, all courtesy of our presenting sponsor, Redcap Plumbing and Air. Paige, hope you had a great Thanksgiving. Welcome back.
Gentlemen, nice to be back. Nice to have had a bye week. Felt good. It was a little bit more relaxing last week, wouldn't you say? Felt a little quieter on Twitter. I wasn't dealing with as much stupidity, so it felt good. It was a more relaxed week, but I did miss watching the Buccaneers play football, and I sure as hell was looking ahead to this one, because for all of you that have followed me for a while, you know that there is a certain team that I like to dunk on in the NFC North, okay? And the team I like to dunk on is the Minnesota Vikings, okay? And the backstory here is, if you guys recall, in 2018, Kirk Cousins is in a huddle, right? He's in a huddle. It's Sunday Night Football. Your girl's at the game. I'm in the first row. I'm talking smack, so much smack from up. I've had so many vodka sodas. It was outrageous, okay? It's an exorbitant amount of Tito's that was happening. I'm heckling everybody. I had been down on the field earlier, freezing, so cold. This was the game, right, where in the pregame, Kirk Cousins tells the entire circle, the reason this game got flexed to Sunday Night Football is because of us. That's why this team is on Sunday Night Football. It's a epic moment, because from there on out, the Chicago Bears whooped their ass, okay? It was Kirk Cousins got absolutely destroyed, and the Minnesota Vikings fan that was sitting next to me, let's call him Joe. Okay, Joe. He was sitting next to me screaming, King of the North, King of the North. Kirk Cousins is King of the North. I can tell you that at about the midway point of the first quarter, he was not talking. And by the midway point of the second quarter, as you guys know me, you know me well enough to know how petty I am. I had many thoughts on his King of the North thoughts that he was, the chanting was borderline outrageous, and there is a video on Instagram of me telling Kirk Cousins to suck it. So if you want to see it, you guys can see it.
Somebody find that and
to bring that up now
and tweet it out.
By the way, fuck you, Joe.
Yeah, fuck you, Joe.
Vikings too.
Joe Vikings fan. I fucking hate that website.
Joe Vikings.
Joe Vikings fan.
Hate that website.
Vikings fan.
You know what? I feel like we don't have enough hatred in our hearts for Kirk Cousins as a Bucs fan base. Like, we should hate him way more than we hate him. We hate we hate pretty much anything from New Orleans, right? We hate them pretty equally. We hate Drew Brees like a whole fuck ton, and we hate that backup quarterback that played for the Rams and played for the Vikings and played for pretty much any team that's ever beaten us as long as he's been the quarterback. I can't remember his name. I don't want to remember his name, but we don't hate Kirk Cousins enough. I don't.
You like that? Do you like that?
God, I hate him.
You remember that?
You
like
that?
That was the last time we played him.
That was the last time we played Kirky. I can't wait to see Kirky again.
We got Kirk paid. That was the game that got him paid.
I feel like you should really harbor a lot of animosity for this one. Like, I've been really looking at this one like, ooh, coming out of the bye, Kirk, they're going to play well enough that it'll be like, put a nail in the coffin on the Minnesota Vikings season, right? Just like end their little BS run. They were picked as a favorite to win this division, which was a joke. Just take them out. Make it, just end the misery that is this football team, because this is what they have been. They had one good year with Case Keenum. They gave Kirk Cousins hella money. That's the guy. And they have gone downhill. That's
the guy.
For? Yeah. Case Keenum?
His name is not allowed to be said on this podcast ever.
Don't say
his name. We cannot say his name.
I will never say it again.
He came here to Tampa Week 3, I can't remember what season it was, or week 4, the Rams hadn't scored a fucking touchdown.
He turned into
touchdown.
fucking Joe Montana.
And he threw 6. Like, what the? 6.
Hey, man, he torched us the next year when the Minnesota Vikings signed him as a starting quarterback. He torched the fuck out of us. So I hate the Vikings.
He torched everyone that year. So you can at least take solace in the fact that like they were at least a good football team that year.
Their wide receivers had like 25-yard cushions around them as they were catching the passes. All right.
By the way, we're naming quarterbacks. We're talking about Kirk Cousins, and you like that. We're talking about that dude. I'm not going to mention his name.
Please don't.
We do have an announcement to make on this podcast.
Ooh.
You know, there's a certain guy that signed with us this offseason that gets referred to as the GOAT, or as Stank, lovingly calls him Tommy. Thomas, Brady, GOAT, whatever you want to call him. That's no longer his name on here. We don't refer to him as any of those things anymore. Roger came on here, and he told us the correct name, what his actual name is. Sammer, please.
By his peers in the locker room, the warriors that he's leading onto the field. 6-time. They call that man 6-time.
Paige, what was the analogy you set up? He just walks on the field and it's like, hey, 6-time, and his response.
I'm having this I literally have chills. Like I'm not exaggerating because I hope people recognize how absolutely ludicrous it is that there is a current football player on a roster as a starting quarterback, and he is so accomplished and so much. He's a god, right? That's the only way to describe it. He is godlike to his peers that they have to call him 6-time, right? And that's not a name he gave himself. Like, he came out to practice one day and was throwing and it was outrageous practice. And Mike Evans probably looked at him and hit him and goes, "What's up, 6-time?" And then it was just it. That was it, right? Like, I need that story behind the scenes because that's exactly how that happened. And then after that, they were all like, "Yo, make sure you call Tom 6-time. Come on."
That's confirmed. Paige just confirmed that on the show. His name, Mike Evans gave him the name. Thank you.
It's ridiculous.
Inadvertently.
That he has 6 Super Bowl rings, clearly.
It's so dumb.
The average NFL career is 3 years? So he's got 6 rings.
It's stupid that he's gotten a fucking 9 of them.
Yeah,
9.
It's outrageous.
How many teams?
Two lost to the Giants on the last play of the game, basically.
I know.
How many collective teams in one division can you add up the number of trips they've taken to a Super Bowl and gotten up to 9? I could think maybe the Giants, the Cowboys, and the Redskins could get there. But fucking 9?
Not this division.
9? Definitely not the NFC South. You guys brought up Tom Brady. Paige, coming out of this bye week. Big game. Big Minnesota Vikings game. Everyone's kind of been loading up, kind of laying a little extra pressure on Tom. He's not performed amazing, but he's played well at times, and at times he's played, pretty ugly. What do we expect from Tom coming into this game and the next 3 as they start to make this push for the playoffs?
I anticipate Tom having a really, really good game. When you give somebody like him 2 weeks to prepare for one football team, right? Everybody used to talk about Belichick, but they didn't understand that with Belichick came Brady, right? They were game planning, they were scheming, they were looking at a defense. He was concocting a plan for 2 weeks, right? The Andy Reid effect. Those people that are just one tier above everybody else. When you come out of the bye and you show up and you show out, that's what I expect from Tom Brady against a defense, guys, that is not by any stretch of the imagination a top tier defense. This is a team that had a ton of turnover in the offseason. A lot of the traditional guys that you were used to hearing from on this defense are no longer there. Mike Zimmer, in a normal year, in the years past, this is what that team was. They were solid defense. They ran the football. They still have the running game. They still have some key pieces offensively. But that defense is young, inexperienced, and there is plenty of meat on the bone for this team to take off offensively. And I anticipate you're going to see some of the things that started to click right in that second half of that Chiefs game, where you're looking and you're watching and you're going, ooh, okay, let's build on this. Let's build on this. Let's do a little bit more of this. I think you're going to see that. And I want to see it early, right? Like, that's what I'm looking for. Like, I want to see this team come out early offensively and showcase that they're clicking. And I think that's really what I'm paying attention to, and that's what I expect to happen in this game against Minnesota.
That came when we went with tempo.
Yep.
Once the tempo changed, and we knew we had to put points on the board, and desperation set in. And Casey was on their heels a little bit because we had some momentum. Our offense looked formidable, but the first 4 possessions looked terrible. Brady wasn't sharp. Guys didn't seem to be open. We couldn't run the ball. And I get everybody keeps flashing Rojo's yards per carry, 5.1 yards per carry. But if you take off his big runs, he's not really averaging 5.1 yards per carry. So we haven't been, a good, very good running team other than breaking some big runs here and there. Something has to change with the way these plays are being called. Most fans point to Leftwich, point to the predictability. Even my wife, who's not a big fan, can, predict what plays are going to be called next. There's not a whole lot of movement. There's not a whole lot of trickery. There doesn't seem to be a whole lot of, game planning going into attacking defense's weaknesses. You think some of that changes this week?
I would think so. This is the 23rd ranked defense in the NFL, the Minnesota Vikings. So as I said, a bottom half, closer to the bottom, right, than the halfway point. Mm-hmm. They're going to be at home. They're coming off a bye. And I think everybody, I thought my boy Jake did a good job explaining kind of for the casual fan how this all works, right? Because every time somebody gets upset, they're like, I want a different play call. I want play calling to be different. I'm going, you guys realize there's a read that happens. There's 4 reads. And the quarterback goes up, especially a guy like Tom, and he can call what he can make a decision to go here, here, and here, right? And a lot of times he's making the wrong decision, which is not really what we're used to seeing from him, right? And he does seem a little out of sorts, and he is getting hit quite a bit more than he feels comfortable with, and we know that about him, right? Like most quarterbacks, they don't like to get hit. The offensive line has got to play better. They've got to be able to establish the run. It's got to get into a flow with Rojo, right? Like I want to see Rojo get into a flow. I want him to run the football and get a little grimy up front, right? I think we've all called for that collectively on this pod, both on not only on the offensive side, but on the defensive side, right? Like you want to see the line get a little nasty. And I want to see it on both sides, because this is a team on both sides, offensive line and defensive line, where you can expose some matchups. There are some matchups on the line on both sides that the Bucs are very clearly will overmatch the Vikings, like very clearly. And I want to see that. I want to see it. I want to see Sue. I want to see JPP. I want to see it on defense, and I want to see it on offense. And I think that is what I expect to see, especially coming out of the bye with Tom. And there's no excuses anymore, guys. Can't make excuses. Like they're at the December point. They didn't have the off season. They didn't get training camp. We knew all that. I knew it was going to take time. I knew this offense wasn't going to look perfect. This was a team I picked to go 9-7. They already won 7 games, right? Like if they win out, they're going to go way over what I said, right? So it's like, I thought that this was about what we were going to get with the circumstances. So I'm not really super surprised. I just think, with Drew Brees going down and some of the things that have shaken out and the NFC just kind of being completely wide open, I've almost looked at it as like, oh, okay, they could do it this year. When in reality, I was more so looking at next year as the open window.
Paige, to respond to what you said and what Jake has said about it's not necessarily the play call, it's sometimes the decision making by Brady. If your first and second read is consistently not there, then some of it goes into play call and play design. If defenses know what's coming and Brady's first read is always taken away and he's being forced to look away from his second read or to his third read, something he's frankly not really comfortable doing, maybe some of it does go into play call and play design. We don't seem to scheme guys open very often. It's almost like we run what we run, and stop us. And in a lot of cases, they are stopping us.
For
and
sure.
it seems like we have too much talent to be held back like we have. And I get it. A lot of it's execution as well, but I don't think you can completely take, the blame away from the play calling and sometimes the play design. And I think we all know this by now. Brady's the one who's choosing these plays. I would go as far as to say is he's probably calling quite a bit of them in the huddle or audibling to these plays too. So some of it does fall on him.
It's always like, you guys recognize that the traditional media is never going to actually give away the proper blame, right? It's always just going to be one person. It's just, the head coach, or it's the offensive coordinator. If it's the defensive coordinator, it's this. Like, when things are not going well, there's blame to go around everywhere, right? Like, that's life. That's how every business, that's how everything, that's the NFL is a business. The team operates in the same way. If something is not getting executed, yes, is there some of it that's probably on Byron and coaching? Absolutely. But Tom deserves blame, and it seems like he's not getting any, right? And I understand, like, from a national media perspective, and I understand because it's Tom, it's hard to blame him, right? But when you're watching some of these moments, if you really, truly understand football, you have to watch and go, yeah, it doesn't matter what the play call is. That just wasn't, he's not reading the defense well in that moment. He's not comfortable. He doesn't look like himself. And that was always going to happen. To think that this guy was going to have played 20 years in one system for one coach and just come in with all new players, with no preseason, with no training camp, with no time, and just like click all the pieces together. Like, that was unrealistic. If that's what the expectation was, that wasn't my expectation. Like, I think that's what the outside world thought. But if you listen to a lot of analysts that I really respect, they all said this. They all said this is going to take time. It's going to be difficult. And it was made more difficult by the fact that we had COVID, right? Like, this would look, we can't play what ifs, but the what if scenario here is fun to play out, because I think this looks a lot different had they been able to had the proper amount of time together to get ready. I mean, you football and sports in general is all about routine. This year has been anything but routine. And you talk about Tom Brady, who is the most structured person in the history of sports. That dude doesn't do a single thing off schedule. He wakes up at the same time. He eats at the same time. Like, literally every aspect of his life is structured. So I can imagine that that's very tough for him, right? And it sounds like an excuse. It's just more reasoning, right? When you sit back and you think about what's going on, these are some of the things that are happening. All that being said, it's Tom. This is the defense that they can take advantage of. They need to. The play calling needs to be better. Tom needs to be better. Rojo needs to be better. The defense needs to be better. The whole team. It's across the board.
Ryan, suck up.
Paige, who's Tom? I don't know who Tom is.
Six times. My fault.
With all that being said, and by the way, I don't know why you and Stank are referring to next year as being the window, because clearly he's not going to be here. The media's already said that. He's asking for an immediate divorce.
Carson Wentz,
he wants out of Tampa. He doesn't want to play anymore.
Mm-hmm.
So you guys, I don't know what you guys are talking about, but
apparently he wants to quit.
Yeah,
he thought he would just walk in here and they were going to be the Harlem Globetrotters.
BA early retirement. He's leaving. He's done.
Oh yeah,
all that stuff.
Isn't New England's offense coordinator? He's coming here.
McDaniels.
Yeah.
That's a good joke.
The genius.
Apparently,
the genius. How's he doing in New England right now?
Six time wants to push out BA, bring in Josh McDaniels, who failed terribly as a head coach, and apparently he thinks that he is more important than the other 52 guys. Yeah. Hey, you guys are gonna learn my system.
Shout out to Jameis 1-1.
Yeah,
it's honestly, it's so funny. It's like we have such recency bias. Like, we don't even remember what was happening in New England. Like, do you guys remember that the rumors that came out was that Josh McDaniels and Tom didn't get along? Like, do you guys not remember all this? Do you not remember that the Jimmy Garoppolo thing drove a wedge between him and all the coaching staff? Like, that wasn't that long ago. Like, read a story that happened a year ago. Like, he collectively, do you think that Tom Brady
6 time
made a choice 6 times? Do you think that 6 time sat down and said, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to go play in Tampa. But the reason I'm going to play in Tampa has nothing to do with the head coach. Are you fucking kidding me? Literally, are you
no
fucking kidding
standing
me?
Hey,
There's no
he
standing
tweeted today.
complex.
It's all about warm weather. That's why he's here.
I think to myself, I go, do you hear yourselves out loud, right? Like, do you hear the words that are coming out of your mouth? Because you sound really stupid.
Chris Tucker.
Like, I understand that things have not gone according to plan, right? Well, let me ask all of these people something. Who was favored to win the division in Vegas coming into the year? Was it the Tampa Bay? It's exactly right. So who did everybody, Vegas thought that this team that was going to finish in first place going into the season was the New Orleans Saints. If you look at most people in the power rankings in the NFL, they all chose the New Orleans Saints. So when did the lens change? Because y'all picked the Saints to win the division. This team is in a playoff spot. They have won 7 games. They lost by 3 points, the best team in football. And all, if they didn't poop themselves the first half, they probably beat the Chiefs 2 weeks ago. Are you serious? Like, do you hear yourselves out loud? I just think to myself, I'm like, am I watching Mitchell Trubisky out there? Because that's what you guys sound like. Like, that's what it sounds like to me. I just, you want to talk about play calling, go watch Matt Nagy. Like, I mean, come on.
No,
like,
thank you. No, thank you.
Like, it's just, I think the lens from a week-to-week narrative has been outrageous. Like, none of you chose the Bucs to win the division. None of you guys had this team winning 11 games. Most people had this team as the second team in the division going somewhere between 9-7 and 10-6. And that's probably where they're going to be. So what's the problem?
What's crazy to me?
9-7 is getting in the playoffs.
Yeah, it'll be the last one, but we'll get in. But what's crazy, and with all that being said, with the no off season, and he doesn't quite feel comfortable, and there's blame to go on both sides. We get that, and all jokes aside, with him on a leave, whatever. But what's nuts is if there's a testament to him, this guy being 6-time, like legit fucking 6-time, like walking God on the field, is the fact that we're all talking about how he's struggling. Quarterbacks in BA system usually struggle their first year. Yep. And this dude is on pace for 40 fucking touchdowns, 14 picks, and over 4,500 yards. If that is struggling, Jesus Lord, what the fuck?
I'm just saying.
What's going to happen when he doesn't struggle? What the fuck?
That is why I have not understood from the very beginning this, like, all the chips to the middle bullshit. Because you have to realize this dude ain't going nowhere. Because next year, this offense with a actual off season is going to be outrageous. Okay, I watched this. I watched Carson Palmer in Arizona, who was not 6-time ever. Okay, who was Jay Cutler coming out of Oakland. That was how people talked about about him. He had the same reputation. He threw a ton of picks. They got better. They won 10 games. They missed the playoffs because the NFC West was unbelievable. Came back the next year, and Carson Palmer was legitimately an MVP candidate. Mm-hmm. Carson Palmer, somebody that people had written off, that they traded, I think, for a 5th-round pick. That's what he did to Carson Palmer, with pieces that are not what he has that are in Tampa. So I understand the need to want it right now. And I get it. Tampa Bay as a fan base has suffered for a long time, and you haven't had greatness. But, like, can you just for a second understand that, like, making the playoffs for you guys should have been the goal from the very beginning? Like, is getting there, is winning a playoff game, is that not taking a step forward from where you were? I have a tough time with that with fans. Like, that it's all in all the time. Everything else is a bust. Like, you want to see a team that's all in? Go look at what the Saints cap situation is going to be. That is a team that's all in. Like, that is a team that put the chips all the way in the middle.
They've been on the doorstep the last, 3 years?
And they fail every time. I mean, they lost to this trash Minnesota team last year. Like, come on. You want to talk about failure in the postseason? That's the Saints.
Stephon Diggs.
Could we take a second, though, to appreciate the fact that you didn't say shit and you used the word poop?
Yes.
You know what's so funny that it's like, why did I said, are you fucking kidding? But then whatever word shit came into my, and I was like, no, you can't say that. Like, geez, it's like the broadcast mind can be turned off.
He said the word poop. He said
That's
poop.
so funny.
Poop again.
He said the word poop.
I heard it came out of my mouth, and I was like, "What the hell?"
Poop.
Okay, I'm just gonna keep going.
This is what this podcast is all about. Poop.
Fantastic.
Fuck. Shit.
Hey, Paige.
And blue cheese.
And blue
Paige.
cheese.
Yeah.
Can this defense recover from the loss of Vita Vea? Because since that man left this
Oh my God.
this team, since his ankle
Wasn't a good
magically snapped, because I can't, no human should be able to break that bone. So
No.
the guys got involved because that guy is, he's clearly not from this earth. But this defense just hasn't been the same. The secondaries struggled quite a bit here recently. Pass rush is inconsistent. Will Todd Bowles be able to get these boys together and muster up, what it's going to take to play championship football here in the last quarter of the season?
All that being said, you know where they're ranked in total defense for the year? Take a guess.
Seven.
And they're 6 in sacks. I'm just saying.
They're first in rush defense. Like it's you. All that being said, like they're gonna end up being a top 10 defense, right? Like if you told me that is the threshold in a division that puts up hella points with Matt Ryan and Carroll, like in a division where you're like, whoa, there's a lot of points to be had in the NFC South, right? And so I think yes, the situation similarly mirrors how the Bears defense has lost Akeem Hicks. It's very similar. The team looks so different. It's the same with Vita. It's like it's a cog that you cannot replace, right? It's irreplaceable. That dude is not built from this earth. Like he is just a freak of nature and brings so much to that team and makes everybody else around him better. But they have to figure out a way to be able to execute without him. He's not coming back, right? So they need to figure it out. They need to be able to do things. They need to pressure, specifically with this game. There is very clearly a recipe on tape to beat Kirk Cousins, and it's not very hard. If you get in his face and make him uncomfortable, it will be a nightmare day for him. He is the ultimate.
Jared Goff, though.
Yeah, but Jared Goff's better. Jared Goff's better. Jared Goff's better, and that defense is better, right? That team's better. And Sean McVay is a much better play caller than what they have going on offensively in Minnesota. With all due respect to Kirk Cousins, Goff's more talented than he is. But that's still the same recipe. That offensive line in LA is better, but Minnesota's offensive line isn't bad. They're going to have to create pressure. They're going to have to get in Kirk's face. They're going to have to make him uncomfortable. And that's the recipe. Because if you watch him on tape, if you see what works, the teams that have pass rush, the teams that make him uncomfortable, he will make bad decisions. He will make bad decisions. He will throw the ball away. He will try and fit it in windows that he shouldn't. And if you can do that, you'll get him into a position where the defense can start to get a little bit of their swagger back, right? Because that's what you're asking, right? Like they need a little of that swag back. And it doesn't take much. It doesn't take much. It takes a play or two where they get a turnover, a pick six, and then all the confidence comes back. They're all in the end zone. They're all dancing and grooving. And it's like, okay, there's the Bucs defense. And I can tell you that I have so much faith in them that I am in the first round of my fantasy playoffs in my Baron Davis League, which if anybody knows me, if you follow me on Twitter, this is the league for all the marbles because Baron and I talk so much shit to each other. Okay, so if I win this league, it's like the ultimate prize. I picked up the Bucs defense on both my teams to play this week against Minnesota because I have high expectations for this team, and I expect that they are going to create turnovers. I think that's how they got to win.
When Vita Vea left this team, the defense has struggled. Yeah, they're going to be a top 10 at the end of the day, but they've struggled situationally, we've seen. And they've also struggled from a schematic standpoint, executing different schemes that also puts these players in an uncomfortable position. But as the weeks have passed, we've kind of seen Todd Bowles try to kind of understand, okay, I can't make these guys play zone. They're not getting it. That second half against the Chiefs, they were a totally different defense. And in all the games where this team or this defense has dominated, and the offense has followed. It's been when the defense comes out and is quick and is right off the bat dominating, playing aggressively, playing fast, having fun. That Green Bay Packers game, they started out pretty slow, but once they clicked it on, that one play, it was lights out after that, and the offense immediately just came to life. Raiders, same type of thing. Once the defense starts to kind of flow, the offense follows. We said it before the season started. This offense looks stacked, but this offense is going to have to lean on this defense for the majority of the season because they're going to have to hold them into games as they figure their shit out, as they get their footing underneath them. And that's happening now. This game, I don't know if the Bucs come out firing on all cylinders on offense. You know, a bye week isn't always the best recipe because these guys weren't exactly striking gold anytime they were going on the field before that. But if they come out there and they execute defensively to start the game, that's why I always like it when coaches choose to put their defense out there first. It allows you to kind of set the tone a little bit, be aggressive, do the first punching of the mouth per se, and then let your offense follow suit. You get a quick, 3 and out, or get them, 6 plays and out. Your offense is most of the time going to be in a pretty good position to start the game, and there's like a little bit of a flow there, a little bit of momentum. I think not having Vita has hurt them, but I think they're starting to kind of figure things out as long as they don't overthink some shit, man. Just get the pressure up there and just let your guys play man coverage. Jamel Dean playing in this game is kind of a storyline, I would think. It's kind of a big deal. I hope he plays. I think they play better when he's out there. For all the people out there who call him out and say he's fucking trash, go look at what we have behind him,
Yeah, he would have been on Cheetah last week.
Exactly.
So
he's the fast corner. But I totally agree with Paige. Momentum is a real thing in football, Around these parts in Land O'Lakes, they call me 3-time because I'm a 3-time flag football champion. And when we make a play, everybody just gets up. We celebrate. Things just change. I mean, you feel a little looser. You feel like you can beat anybody up. It's just you got to make a play. Get your swag back. Go ahead, Stank. Sorry.
I was gonna say it's probably gonna help.
3-time, by the way.
We're not facing, offensive coordinators like Sean McVay, Sean Payton, and Andy Reid too. Here in the last quarter of the season, it's gonna be dirt.
Oh, you mean the best 3 offensive play callers in the NFL? Like, do you realize like who you just named? Like, I think
I know. I do realize it.
Like, that's where I'm like, is the threshold there, right? Like, and maybe I was more practical because I'm not a Bucs fan going into the year, right? Maybe I was the person that was more level-headed, where I looked at this team and I went, okay, the Saints team that's going to run the same offense that they've been doing for 15 years, head coach, quarterback tandem. Drew Brees didn't need to practice one time before going into the season, right? Like they knew what they were doing. So to me, I was like, they have to be the favorite in this division because there's too much continuity in that football team and talent to be like, yeah, the Bucs are just going to come in and figure it out and be better than them. Like, I didn't think that was going to happen. I thought that they were going to finish second in the division. They were going to make the playoffs, and that if they got hot at the right time, because look at the schedule in December, okay? Everything that matters. You get hot at the right time, because guess what, guys? What happens if this team wins out for the rest of the year?
They'll be pretty.
They're going to go into the
momentum.
It's going to be a lot of confidence. It's going to be a lot of momentum. It's almost like it played out exactly how it was supposed to. Like, I never looked at this team and went, yeah, this is a 16-win team. This is a 14-2 team. Like, I just didn't think that. So I thought this team was going to win, and they're going to probably surpass what I picked them to go.
I was pretty practical too preseason. I predicted 14-2, and I said, I mean, 14-2.
There's
maybe
been so many
16-2
Bucs teams. Right?
Snake.
Yeah.
By the way,
there's no 14-2 NFL teams, dude. Like, this just, you realize how ridiculous that is, right? Like, it's just, come on. Like, you expected a team that never put,
pewter-colored glasses the entire offseason.
Jerseys to us. We were really, 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 really excited.
That's why I get it, right? You guys, this is a team. If this is how I am, this is what
everywhere.
Yeah, you guys were hyped. I get it.
Listen, Paige, I've been celibate the entire year because I believe that Brady is gonna, would take us.
Did you see how fast her head popped up? She's like, "Say what?"
No.
Yes.
You don't know about the bet? You don't know about the bet he made with the devil, or the deal he made with the devil?
No. Bring this up now.
Oh
this
my God! He tweeted out because I was early on. There's an early show you have to go listen to it, Paige. These two fuckers like literally blasted me for an hour and a half. Just went at me. I stood my ground, though. Y'all know Poppy stood his ground. I was saying, Tom Brady's coming here. It's going to happen. And they were trying to say, there is no way it's happening. Does not fit the offense. He doesn't have the arm. You're fucking crazy. We're bringing back Jameis. It's going to happen. They could coming at me. He was so confident that Brady was not coming here that he then tweeted out, "I will not have sex with my wife for the entire year if Brady signs here." And then it happened. And then he doubled down when the rumors came out about Gronk. He said, "I will not have sex with my wife for the next year if it does." Yeah. So his wife's not happy.
I was gonna say, how's your wife feel, man?
She's fine. She's fine because his friends have stepped in. You know, we're
yeah.
we're his
You
brothers.
bastard.
We've stepped in. We've kept the family happy.
That's not even funny at all, bro. At all. Like, I thought what I was about to say was off. Like.
I
thought it was fucking hilarious.
You're gonna get your ass whooped today, dude. You didn't even know.
This has been the whole season. What Sammer just said is just basically since the day he laid eyes on my wife. So
yeah,
dude, that just means you have a hot wife. There's nothing wrong with that.
We all outkicked our coverage.
I just feel so bad that you made that type of a bet. And I mean, it's working out. I mean, it's good for us. We got Tom, we got Gronk, and we get hot. We got four games against shitty opponents.
A really unfortunate bet, brother. You know what you should do? You should just bet that you're like no sex for a third year if this Bucs win the Super Bowl because you're on a good pace here, right? So you should just keep it going. Just keep it going
on Twitter, please. Put the third year on the line for a Super Bowl victory. I don't know.
You're doing 2 years, bro. What's a third, right?
What's the third year, bro? Listen, we can get a battery sponsor.
When we get into the playoffs, I might tweet that.
All right.
By the way, you guys don't call me 3 times anymore. Call me closer. Yeah.
Yes, it happened. Paige.
We'll tell you the second page.
We'll tell you. Paige, you teased us that you had some sort of an announcement.
Oh, I do. Yes, I do. I have a giveaway. I have another giveaway. So I was giving away tickets before, and I'll probably have some tickets for the remainder of the year that I'm going to give away. But this is something different. So what you have to do is you have to follow me on Instagram. So you follow me at @the_sports page. And I'm going to do a raffle again for the Arians Family Foundation. So this is pretty simple. $1 equals 1 raffle ticket. So $100 equals 100 raffle tickets, right? There's no max, no cap, right? Because we're trying to raise as much money for the foundation as we possibly can. So I'll put the instructions about where to go, but pretty simple. You're going to be able to donate. And then what we're giving away is a Mike Evans signed jersey, which I'm really hyped to give away because, one, Mike is my favorite guy that's not a Husker on this team. Right, so I have loyalty to my Huskers, but he's my favorite non-Husker. Mike is an elite football player, so I'm very excited to give this away. It's gonna be amazing.
I tweeted that out today. He's my favorite player, period. Paige, and you're gonna come on here and say you're gonna give away a jersey to somebody else? What the?
Listen, you can participate in the raffle. I'm not excluding you guys. God. You can definitely. All you gotta do, like I said, donate.
But if we donate a few extra tickets and whose tickets were donated, you could accidentally make sure that one of us wins, right? Because I love Mike Evans.
That's not how that's going to work, but I do hope for you guys that you win because I would love to see it in the background.
I'm going to donate, and if I win, I'm going to re-give it away.
I love it.
Raffle, and then the tickets, the proceeds will go back to that same charity, and we'll double it up.
I love it.
Down. By the way, I'm not putting anything on the table. No, nothing.
Don't do that ever again.
Nothing. I'm not putting anything on the table.
Please don't.
But I'm just going to say it.
No, don't do it. Don't do it. Don't do it. We've got to break some fucked up habits on this show. Paige is 0 for 2 on here. You're fucking 0 for 2 predicting shit. I've only been I'm 1 of 8 predictions.
I've been blamed, though.
Several people were like, you're going to have Paige on here, and every time she comes on, we lose. So some people, the superstitious Bucs fans, think that maybe you're the reason we have this losing.
She's not.
Yeah.
I know what the reason is. My DMs are popping like crazy. I'm bringing back Cup of Latte. Okay, guys. I'm sorry. We haven't won a game because I stopped doing Cup of Latte. I will bring Cup of Latte back. I'm bringing it back.
You got to bring it back. But I told whoever that was that tweeted at me and was like, yo, I'm superstitious. I love you, Paige, but you can't. And I was like, listen, bro. I'm Greek. I'm way more superstitious than you are. And if they lose this football game, I'm putting myself on the bench. Okay. So do not worry. This is not one, I am superstitious. So you guys should know that. 2, the Greek candle is getting lit. So if you need to hear about the Greek candle, it is it is a situation in which I think it deems it necessary. I haven't fully committed, but I'm pretty sure I'm going to light it on Sunday morning.
I think you need to post the video of just the lighter.
The lighting, like the Olympic lighting the torch.
Oh, yeah.
Candle.
Just so everyone knows, this candle is responsible for Tom Brady coming here.
Whoa.
Shit.
Are you sure it's not me giving up my sex?
Pretty sure it's Stank.
I'm pretty sure.
I feel like I knew a little bit before you, so I lit the candle just to make sure that it happened. You know, just to make sure there's a. But we can split that 50-50.
You lit the candle, and I unlit the candle.
Yes.
At the exact same moment.
At the exact same moment.
By the way, Stank, Sammer, I'm pretty sure I tweeted it out today. I don't know the details, but I have the link here. Paige might know all the details, but I'm playing that rival shit. I'm gonna play it this week.
Oh yeah.
Play it. I don't know. I think it's just rivalsmedia.com. We tweeted it out. We got to play. It's for a good fucking cause. Yep. I'm going to play. I want to bet on the fucking coin toss on stupid shit because that's what we do because we're fucking bucking.
I want sideline passes.
I was going to say, it's arians.rivalsmedia.com. That's what it is. Arians.rivalsmedia.com. It's the Arians charity battle. You can bet on literally anything for the game, which is amazing. Super fun. You get tokens. All the proceeds go to charity. They're going to be doing this for the rest of the season. You can even try and beat Jamie and Jake from TDN Fantasy Podcast. Jamie's got a high score, so please take him down so I don't have to hear about it on my podcast, please, and thank you. Yeah, but another great opportunity to raise money for the foundation.
Absolutely. Great foundation.
When you're on here, we have so many phone calls, and I was told that we have a lot of them now, so we probably ought to get to it.
We need to get to it.
Let's go. Let's do it.
Before we do that, should we just get a quick score prediction from all the people here?
Yes.
All right. I'm gonna go last. So we'll let Paige go first. Obviously, ladies first. Paige.
27-20 Bucs win.
Okay. Stank.
This is an NFC Central battle, and I'm old enough to have witnessed when we were in the division together. So I'm gonna go old school Bucs Vikings score prediction. I'm gonna say 17-13 Bucs.
Yuck.
No way in fucking hell.
Nope.
Wrong. This offense and Brady, who's been, who's leaving the team, and they just got to unwind. I'm gonna say 35-17. BA stomps the mud hole until there is no fucking more mud hole to stomp, as he would say. Yes. They just go in. They go fucking in. By the way, another bold one, and I'm putting my dick on the table for this one. Rojo outrushes Dalvin Cook.
Woo! Love that.
Fucking said it.
Right.
Fucking said
Love that.
We have held everyone. We haven't had anybody rush for over 65 yards on us. Just saying.
I like
Number
that.
one rush defense. I love that.
I'm going to be a bit more down to earth than usual.
You? What?
Yep.
It's going to be like 42-10.
I'm going to tone it down a little bit. I'm thinking that the Bucs hold the Vikings to a mere 10 points, one of which is a touchdown that comes in garbage time, while the Bucs rack up 47. And 47. Rojo throws up 150-plus rushing yards and 2 touchdowns on the ground.
I thought you were going to say Rojo throws 150 yards.
No, I just worded that like an idiot, but yeah, you got what I mean.
That's how I know that the fan got. He goes, I'm going to give a realistic prediction.
Tone it down.
And then it was 47-10. You went over what I said you were gonna say.
You could tell Paige is so polished. She wrote these down. I think she wrote them down.
I dropped 89 points on some cat on Madden 2 nights ago. Shit's ridiculous. Rojo's unstoppable in the next gen.
He is unstoppable. In next gen, he is unstoppable. It's amazing.
Yep.
It's amazing.
All right, let's do these voicemails. Let's hear these fucking crazy voicemails. We're going to pick our 3 favorite. They're going to take home this hot sauce and the hashtag Tampa Proud t-shirt, courtesy of Red Cat Plumbing. Hit it, Christian.
By the way, I'm going to let you know now. Paige, listen, don't come with the shit because you will get a fucking 1 week suspension.
We will ban a motherfucker.
What's up, fellas?
You heard?
This is Spec Myers. I remember to call in. It's 4 a.m. I'm on the way to work.
Wow. Dedication.
I just called to say this week is a big one for the Bucs. Definitely the most important game left of the year. And I am going to say it. Bucs are winning by 17. No less. Bucs are winning by 17. If it don't happen, I'm shaving my whole beard off. I'm going to shave the beard off. I'm going down the skin. I'm going babyface Spec.
Oh, fuck.
until my shit grows back, because there's no reason we should lose to this stinky-ass Vikings team. Go Bucs, baby.
Is this the opposite of the playoff beard?
I guess.
He's going playoff baby face.
Hey, playoff baby face.
Speck is a wild man.
He's a dinky ass Vikings team. That's what he called them. I'm all about it.
Some
Dinky.
people just can't be without beards, such as myself.
Yeah.
I just can't do. Baby face doesn't work.
I lose like 25 years on my face if I lose the facial hair.
Yeah, but I don't have the Tom Brady jawline. You know what I'm saying? Like when you have that jawline, like the Drago, Ivan Drago, like Stank has a little bit of the jawline. I don't have that jawline.
Yeah, six times got to show that off, man.
6 times.
He's got to be like, yo.
I choose to cover it. I choose to
Beards
cover
on
it in order to keep everyone away. It's more like a defense mechanism. The beard.
Oh my God, I'm done, Sammer. Next.
What's up, guys?
Next.
It's at It's All Good, JJ all day. Gotta love my wet wings with blue cheese. No one eats shit ranch. I love you guys, you know that. Best there is, and Teddy Page's wife material. Man, this is a huge game. I can't wait for it. It's been 2 weeks. I'm dying. I need it. Minnesota's defense isn't as good as what we've been going up against. We should be able to move the ball against them. It's a good get-right game. It's a game we got to have, man, and it's just necessary. And it's just as necessary as that shirt that I'm trying to win right now. So, boys, hook me up. I love the show. We need this game. Got to have it. Let's go, Bucs. Let's go, Bucs. Tampa Bay, baby. Let's go.
You started off strong.
He started off strong, kind of
material, and then the energy just kind of dipped. I don't know what happened.
He just,
and then
you know how,
yeah.
Sometimes you just, you know how you go, you just keep going a little bit too long after you're supposed to. Like you could tell he's getting a little, he's like, oh, go Bucs, but he just keeps on going. Yeah. Just like write your shit down and say it. It's easier for most people.
I like the call. Honestly, I felt it,
okay.
It put me.
I thought it came in hot. It came in hot at the beginning.
But
he should have just hung up. He should have just hung up on Page's wife material. Click. Like done.
That would have made us all laugh. That would have made us all laugh.
He called her Petty Page too.
I know. That was it. He got a point for that. I was like, well done, dude. I know you've been following me for a while for that shit.
Next. It's not playing. There we go.
Hallelujah. Bucs have won the victory. Hey, this is Chef Cole. No offense, I'm a Colts fan. But when I like my wings, I like mine with some ranch. By the way,
hang up. Hang up.
Bolts fan call. What the fuck is going on?
Why are you calling into a Bucs show? And two, you come in with that, and then you follow it up with the ranch.
No,
shit.
we have to let it play because I believe he's setting up the Pastor Smitty.
Okay. Oh, okay.
Oh,
so
okay.
Bringing it in.
Okay. We'll let it roll.
Yeah. Bucs have won the victory. Hey, this is Chef Cole. No offense, I'm a Colts fan. But when I like my wings, I like mine with
shit.
Ranch.
Terrible chef, obviously.
By the way, Rojo, when you come over to good old Atlanta and y'all play them sorry Falcons, the one thing I can tell you is, man, it's a restaurant down here for you called Touchdown. Make sure you check out those wings. Pastor?
All right, this is Pastor. I'm back again. We ain't got much time. How you doing, Sister Paige? Rest you fellas. Well, we in the thick of it now. We got 4 games to go. The worst scenario is 3-1. But I'm looking at 4-0. But that Minnesota game and Falcon game kind of throw me off a little bit on any given Sunday. And Sister Paige, I got a question. You know, Pastor always got a question. The other night we had a church function. We had a movie night, and we watched Return of the Titans. And everybody in the church was saying, that's Sister Paige as a little girl. You met the girl that was in the movie, that was the coach's daughter. But everybody swear that was you. I said, I don't know this. I'm dead. Again, that's Sister Paige. That's how I asked her. But you can ask me after the program is over and let me know if that's you or not you. But anyway, I think we should beat the Vikings 28-14. But Samo, Stank, Laffy Latte or Laffy Taffy, whatever your name, and Sister Paige.
Laffy Taffy.
And wonderful talking with y'all for a little while. I know this is kind of short, but I don't get cut off. And one thing, go Bucs.
What the fuck? You just changed my fucking name to Laffy Taffy. He's
and that's never going away.
Well.
Let me just be very clear. That is sticking forever. You will be Laffy Taffy.
I have to change your lower thirds
Laffy
now.
Taffy latte.
I make Laffy Taffy wings, so yeah.
And you absolutely need to play Laffy Taffy as an intro song for the youth.
Laffy
I
Taffy.
need it so bad.
It'll be on Couple Latte this week. Fuck.
That call had so much substance. Okay. Thank you for making us play that through because one, he calls me Sister Paige, which always makes me laugh, right? Sister Paige.
He's a pastor. He's got to call you that.
He's so funny. And if I had $1 for every time somebody told me that I was Hayden Panettiere from Remember the Titans, I would be a millionaire because every person's like, so you kind of look like her. You're around that age. And so like, did you play? I'm like, no, I did not play in the movie. And yes, that character is very similarly me and my father.
1,000% you. 1,000%.
Yeah, 100. If you get a video of me with my dad, it'll mirror that, except I was probably cursing, if we're being honest. Like when not in my dad's presence, but he would turn around and leave at a Bears game, and then I would start cursing, and the guys in front of me would all laugh. Right, I had these four big fat guys that never wore shirts. Didn't matter if it was -10 or 100 degrees outside. They never wore shirts and painted their bodies, and they were like my best friends. So they definitely encouraged my bad behavior. But yes, that is very, very much me. So. Awesome. Phenomenal call.
That's awesome. Great call.
Can we all agree that he's one of the winners?
One of the winners.
Absolutely. That was good stuff.
Fuck you for calling me Laffy, son of a bitch. No, that's gonna stick.
Laffy Taffy. Laffy Taffy.
Hey fellas, it's Zach from West Virginia. Haven't got to call in since the trip I got to take down to Tampa. Just want to thank you guys for your hospitality. I never would have imagined that I would have got a chance to come down there, have all of your meats in my mouth, have Sammer give me the clap, and have Stank give me a masturbation jersey. So memories were made. I appreciate that, fellas. As far as this week goes, Kirk Cousins, Kirk Herbstreit, Captain Kirk. Doesn't matter. Bucs by 30. Oh, hey, Paige. Sup, girl? You like man caves?
Whoa.
That's number two. That's number two
for sure. He's got a badass man cave. That's why.
He started strong with the Kirk Cousins, Kirk Herbstreit, Captain Kirk. I was like, yes, I know where this is headed. Bucs by 30.
Hey, so wait a minute. When did the exchange of the masturbation jersey happen? I was not.
Yes, I don't technically masturbate in the jersey, but it is a Kellen Winslow Jr. jersey, which
now it makes sense.
The masturbation jersey. Maybe he plans to use it as a masturbation jersey. I don't really know. I have yet to mail it to him. But yeah, I do have a Kellen Winslow Jr. jersey.
That call had everything. It really had everything.
I love how proud he was that I was able to give him the clap and that he got to have all of our meats in his mouth.
Oh yeah,
simultaneously actually.
I loved it.
Anytime.
We had just as much fun.
Next call.
I was good until I saw Sammer's face.
Paige is like, "What the fuck?
What is going on?"
No, I love the show. I've come to expect this. So
don't worry, Paige. When COVID is over, you're gonna get to try our meat too. Our wings are delicious. I'm just saying.
Sammer's been his water out of his mouth.
These are chicken wings, bro. Like, what's the deal? We're adults here. What's the problem?
He's not. Very clearly.
None of us are adults, by the way. None of us are adults.
I didn't say it's all over everything. Fuck.
Holy shit, that was fantastic.
Poppy made me explode everywhere. No, I'm not.
Yeah, do not edit that out. Absolutely must stay.
I'm fucking crying.
I gotta wipe all this shit up.
I'm crying. Oh god. Okay. Next caller.
What up, loose cannons? This is Joe, man. Like my wings wet. Only way to dip them's blue cheese. My quick take is kind of repeating what everybody else is saying, Matt. We're 7-5, best position we've been in a long time. Just a little worried about the offense to say, looks stagnant, doesn't look creative. Getting a little concerned about that. See other teams put a little twist in their offense, seems to work well. We run old school hard-nosed football. We're running up the middle, stop us. We're going to throw deep, stop us, and teams do. They don't respect any trick plays, anything along those lines. We need to mix it up a little bit. but I think we're going to be fine. Again, we're 7-5. Good shot at the playoffs this year, boys. I think we're going to do this. And all the shit about Tom Brady calling his own plays, I don't believe it. He might check off on his plays during the week, says what he likes and what he don't like. But as far as calling on the plays, it looks like the same offense we've always ran. I don't think Byron's going to be it. I hope BA steps in and maybe takes over the reins a little bit going into the playoffs, but we'll be all right. Looking forward to this game at Ray J this weekend. See you boys there. Go Bucs.
Go Bucs.
There was some positivity. There was some negativity. There was some confusion. BA is not taking over the play calling. I'm pretty sure it's not going to happen.
Nope.
I don't know what you want to do as far as creativity. You want to run flea flickers or something? I don't know, bro. They just got better. I don't know what you want to do.
That went off the rails at the end for me. I was like, nope, brother, that is not true. And nope, that's not true either. So I'm just going to tune you out here for the second half. I was like, yeah, no. We're good.
I mean, you like the WAP though.
I'm
down. That's poultry, and you got the the blue cheese. You got that right.
You got the first part right, and then I was like, midway point. Like,
I thought that was Joe, the Minnesota Vikings fan that you sat next to, that you were talking shit to, and he was calling in.
Fuck you, Joe.
First, right?
Mm-hmm. No, he usually he leaves all his thoughts on his message boards on JoeVikingsFan.com.
Oh, trust me, I made that dude's life hell. There is no chance he would call into a show I was on because he would be terrified for what I would say to him.
I like it.
Next caller.
What's up, fellas? Big fan of the show. This is at Bubba Buck1 or Ben White.
What's up, Ben?
Definitely wet wings, Carolina Gold with ranch, and give me as much extra celery and carrots as you can until you don't get fired.
Okay.
My question for y'all is, do you guys absolutely despise Kirk Cousins as much as I do?
Yes.
Because I fucking hate that guy. Oh, you liked that thing a couple years ago? Like, I feel like there's not enough hate going towards Kirk Cousins. I'm ready and willing to lead the charge.
We needed you.
This guy.
Just want to know your guys' thoughts on that. Appreciate the podcast. Have a good one, y'all. Go Bucs.
Go Bucs.
You know, your
this
ranch
is our
take
third
was
guy.
awesome.
This has got to be our guy.
Yeah.
This has got to be the next. It's got to be our third caller.
The gold shit, I like that sauce on the wings. That's good shit. The ranch you fucked up, but then you came back strong. I mean, you spoke to Paige's heart.
Oh yeah.
There's not enough. There's not enough hate going towards Kirk Cousins. It's like going on under the.
And then he said that he was willing to lead the charge. I was like, let's go, bro.
Somebody to lead that hate charge.
He said that, and I envisioned Mel Gibson in the fucking war movie. What the fuck is it called?
Freedom! Freedom!
Yes.
What the fuck is that? I can't remember now. Son of a bitch.
Braveheart?
I know Braveheart.
Would it be worth it to suffer like the Bucs being down 28-0 to the Vikings, and then Brady coming back and winning in the fourth quarter, and then running into the locker room saying, "You like that?"
No, because
would that be the moment?
I would have to uninstall Twitter for the first 28-0 of that.
I've already done it. We've all done that before.
No.
You got to turn Twitter off for the game. It's a life hack, bro.
Gentlemen and lady, it's Evan. You know it's dry wings, and it's blue cheese this time because y'all ain't eating shit this time based off of, cutting my call last time.
My finger's on the dump button. You son
I'm
of a
going to try to
bitch.
do this as quick as possible. Stank, you're obviously the best looking dude out of this entire group. Sammer, I hate you, so I don't really think I have to tell you that. Poppy, my biggest, deepest, darkest secret is I once wore a Saints Super Bowl ring. I had to do it. Sorry, I had to put it on. And Paige, I'm married happily with the kids, but I do have some advice for you, and that is to cut this relationship, especially with Sammer, as quick as you can. But anyways, let's go Bucs, getting it done this week. It's not going to be an easy game. Minnesota tends to play up to their opponents. They've done it all year long. 1 point loss to the Seahawks, 1 point loss to the Titans, blew out Green Bay. However, they struggled with Carolina, they struggled with Jacksonville, and they lost to the Andy Dalton and the Dallas Cowboys. But I expect this Bucs team to come out focused and ready over these last 4 weeks. I think the bye week is exactly what they needed to get healthy and to get their heads back on straight. You play football for 12 weeks straight, that's eventually going to wear on you. I expect them to get the little things corrected that need to be corrected. And that's not perfect, but I have high expectations for this team over these last 4 weeks, mainly because of who they play. but I feel like Tampa Bay matches up very well with these last 4 opponents, or last 3 opponents, I should say, in the last 4 games. And I expect 4-0. And that all starts with a win over the Vikings this weekend. Let's hear it. Let's do it. Go Bucs.
I like that call.
I'm very confused. Yeah, because he called you gorgeous and he followed your format.
He actually said I'm the best looking on here, and that includes. He thinks I'm better looking than Paige.
That's weird.
He also qualified. Like, why did he tell me he was married? Like, it had nothing to do with what he was saying afterward. He's like, I just saw Paige. I'm married with a kid.
Well,
but you should break up this relationship with Sammer. I'm like,
if you remember the tweet that Stank put out yesterday, telling everyone to call in and tell him
for relationship,
and he listed you at the bottom saying ask Paige for relationship advice. So
he thinks he doesn't need relationship advice. Little does he know he definitely needs relationship advice.
Yeah. Listen, I left that call very confused because you can't say go Bucs and I wore a Saints Super Bowl ring in the same, like, what
Bingo.
the fuck is. Fuck you, Evan Winter.
He did touch my heart, though. He did touch my heart, telling me that he hates me because that's one of my goals. I hate you too, Evan Winter.
Remember, Evan has a lot of Tennessee Titans jerseys and memorabilia in his closet too. So just take it for this.
Yeah. By the way, he should get a ban. We should ban him for.
I feel like we can't. First and foremost, I almost cut the mic for like 3 times throughout this call. Like one something at the top, one in the middle, and then one at the end where he was rambling and I literally had no idea what he was talking about.
Thank you.
I think there was multiple times, so I feel like ineffective 1-week ban is absolutely necessary at a minimum.
Hold on, Paige, because you might adjust your punishment there.
Okay.
You can't wear the Super Bowl Saints ring, right?
Yeah, I agree. So that gets him another week, right?
Nope, but then he's gonna get one more. He also bet against the Bucs. And then
this is that dude.
And then bragged about it, saying, "Who said they can't buy happiness?"
Yeah. Okay. So this guy's getting a regular season ban.
Ooh,
the rest of the regular season,
in the playoffs, Evan.
Ban, bro.
Repeat offender. Repeat offender.
This is like the NFL, man. You coming back to me, and I'm going, yeah, the laundry list here, bro. This is your first time around.
Change your name to Will Fuller. Thanks, fucking Will Fuller. You fucking
not voted, but I disagree. I love the call. It was probably my favorite call.
Of course you did. Of course you did.
Mm-hmm.
We'll take that clip and we will play it for you, but nothing else I want from that call. And
remember, I'm getting no sex, so even a man hitting on me through the podcast is more than enough to get me going.
But wait, so hold on. You still haven't shipped the jersey yet, right? You know the
masturbation jersey?
Use the masturbation jersey one last time before you ship it out to our friend Zach there.
I think Zach would appreciate it.
Season.
When he frames it, he'd be like, "What's that stain? Don't worry about it. Stink."
I might hang it up in the background back here with a bunch of stains on it for the next episode.
Turn the black light on for the next show.
Please do. Oh my god.
Hey, Zach's gonna DM me.
If I turn the black light on, this microphone boom, will be all fucking glowing and shit.
Hey, you're gonna ship it to Zach, and he's gonna be like, "Did you starch this thing, or what? Like, what's up with it?"
It's starched, all right.
Yeah, something like that.
Mm-hmm. And that special starch spray on there.
Next caller. Whoa.
Hey, this is Bootsy, better known as Bootleg Beggar on Twitter.
Bootsy.
As a longtime fan and follower, back before you even had 100 people following you and everything, just wanted to let you know that I'm very proud of what you guys have done and what you guys have built up, and it's really cool to see kind of the evolution of the podcast and everything.
Thank you.
That being said, I got to stop with the nice stuff and let you know that homemade ranch is far better than blue cheese. So good luck, guys, and yeah, have a great day.
Son of a bitch! You lulled me in with the bullshit,
yeah,
and then you dropped your little bullshit at the end there. Fuck!
But it was such a nice voicemail. That was honestly, and he's like, "Have a nice day." Like it's just like such a kind voicemail. It's not making the top 3, but it was nice.
He's a good guy, even though he's got terrible taste in dipping sauces. And shout out to the dude who gave some credit to the garnish. We talk a lot about the wings here, but never give any love to carrots and celery.
I don't fuck with that. That's for looks, bro. That's for color. I don't fuck with that.
No,
I don't mess with it.
I fuck with the carrots and celery. I fuck with
I
it.
do.
When I guess when I'm like bored and I'm just
when you're bored,
you know, like, oh, the wings are demolished. I guess I'll have a carrot.
No, here's the thing though. Here's what's clutch. You got to have the wings, you know, for the blue cheese. But when you get the celery and the carrots, you got to dip them in hummus, man. That's the only way to do it. You can't do it any other way.
I fuck with hummus.
I have no choice. It's part of my world.
Sweats hummus.
Paige,
Yes.
deemed this guy untouchable, and he should be protected by God.
Oh.
Let me turn my volume up so I can have no eardrums at the end. And
Look, look. She's warm and cozy.
Brother Lou, here he comes.
Brother Lou.
Who's Cannons? What's up, fellas, man? Coming off the bye. Got the Vikings this week, man. Oh, man. Fuck, man. I mean, I'm a little nervous, man, because I don't know how these cats are going to do, bro. I don't know how they're going to come off this bye, man. Are they going to come out, man, firing all cylinders, bro? Or what, man? Because, bro, this ain't gonna be a fucking walk in the park, man. They got, Dalvin Cook, man, Thiel, man, that kid Jefferson, man. He's bro, they're gonna be, they're a good squad, man. It's not easy on any fucking Sunday. I don't give a fuck who you playing, man. These motherfuckers need to come to play. They need to come to play. And I hope they got their shit together and they fucking came and they fucking gonna show up. They need to show up because we can't have this fucking pussyfooting shit no more. You're gonna fucking come and fucking give it your all or don't fucking come at all. Fuck that. All or nothing. All or nothing. Let's fucking go. Let's fucking put it on these fucking Vikings and let's fucking show the league that there's a team down here to be contending with. In Tampa Bay. In Tampa Bay. Ain't nothing to fuck with. Recognize, motherfuckers. Fire the cannons. Let's fucking go.
I have nothing to add.
I love him so much, dude, because it just gets better and better every time I hear it. It's so good.
I
Follow that up.
That's the third. That's the third winner right there.
Yeah, we got to give Brother Lou. He can't not be a winner. Yeah.
Yeah. That was
amazing.
I don't have anything to add. I'm ready to go to the gym. I know that much. Yeah.
Yep.
Listen, Lou's voice is like my alarm clock in the morning. I wake up to him.
Lou's College!
My favorite part is that's how he brings us in, right? Is that aspect. I'm like, oh, hey Lou.
And then he gets real quiet and like
gets worried.
He starts to kind of think things through, like, with logic.
And then flip of the switch.
And then something happens. Crescendos the fuck up, like out of the reach of the microphone or whatever device he's using. It's ridiculous. I love it. That's why he's always the last call on this Fan Friday.
Love him.
We've picked our winners. We've hung out with Paige. We've looked at that stupid Minnesota Vikings team. The Bucs are gonna fucking dominate. Thank all of you guys for watching, listening, subscribing, all of that cool stuff. Make sure you follow Poppy Latte on Twitter because Poppy Latte needs some Twitter love. Right? Mm-hmm. Poppy Latte needs a little bit of Twitter.
Shout out to the people that have followed me. I started the season with 300 followers, which I don't know how I only had 300 followers. Mm-hmm. But I'm almost at 700.
You were shy. We're taking you under our wing. We're going to show you the way. Just like I let you try my meat, and I've tried your meat.
I'm a great follower. I'm not shy. What the fuck?
You were shy before. We've helped you bloom. Right? Have we not helped you bloom? Blossom. Same fucking. Dude, I'm Arab. Whatever.
Take us out, bro. Okay. Terrible, we have somebody really.
Fucking A, man. All right. Solid. Thanks for watching, everybody.
Follow Laffy Taffy on Twitter.
Go Bucs!